Good afternoon, good morning, and good evening. Of course, depending on where you are located geographically. My name is Mark Fuller. This is TeamAlliance. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holiday, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. It's actually the day after Christmas today. And I have a very interesting Ask Mark Anything question that has been presented to me. And I want to get into this because I think that it's interesting to think about things always from the worst case scenario and to really give it thorough thought. But let's go ahead and get into the content for this episode of Ask Mark Anything. So the question is, matter of fact, I kind of want to read the question and then I'm going to frame the question. Let me read it and then frame it. As soon as I find it, where is it? I hate when I do this. I had it up a moment ago, and I think was it over here? Just so busy doing different things, I must have switched to something else and clicked off. There it is. Okay. Very good question. This is actually a question from Facebook. One of my Facebook friends, Jason. The question was, what would you do as plan B if someday you can no longer trade because of some new law? And this is a very interesting question. Let me frame the question first and then we'll get into it. What is your plan B if a future law prevents you from trading? Good way to frame it, right? What is your plan B if a future law prevents you from trading? Very good question. So let's get into it. Well, for one, trading itself is something that if it were to cease to exist, the only way that would take place is if the markets cease to exist. Trading is the very essence of capitalism. Like literally. The way that our entire system is set up is based on capitalism, is based on free market enterprise, and it's based on the concept of profit, buying and selling. With that being the case, laws are always changed and modified, of course, to either prevent certain people from having access to certain things, or on the contrary, to make it possible for more people to have access to certain things. So I understand the question from that perspective. For example, like Dodd-Frank, different types of things that have taken place throughout time as far as the retail trading industry goes. And for, retail trading, I mean regular people like myself, like, anyone out there that's trading the currency markets or trading the stock market or trading futures or commodities or whatever it is that you're trading. Different laws could be passed that may prevent the possibility of certain transactions from taking place. And I understand that. Binary options in general, depending on the country, like in Canada, I think that they banned binary options altogether. So like NADEX is not even able to function in Canada because Canada banned the actual instrument of binaries. So they don't allow individuals to trade binaries at all. But it wasn't as a result of anything that NADEX did. This was actually as a result of the industry of binary options overseas, like companies overseas that allow access to binary options transactions in the Forex market through their platform, a lot of them are just shady companies. You know, companies come, they go. A lot of them are scams. You know, they are set up to kind of just take people's money on the platform. And it really is like gambling a lot of times with a lot of these different platforms. But you have to understand the nature of the instrument itself. Binaries itself is a simple yes or no decision as to whether or not the market is going to end in one position relative to one price level or in the opposite position of that same price level. It's very simple. But what complicates things is when these companies come along and they're set up out the gate to scam everyone that puts money on the platform. So, you know, you guys hear me often thank God for NADEX and, you know, the fact that NADEX has, because of their business model and the way that they have their platform designed and the way that the instruments are designed, it's an exchange. It's not a broker. It's not like they're trading against you as the retail trader that's putting money on the platform. They're just connecting you to another trader, and you guys can battle it out, so to speak, as far as where the market's going to end. That's the whole basis of binaries and the whole basis of the transaction. NADEX comes into the picture because they're giving you access to the market that you can trade on. And at the same time, they're collecting a fee on both sides of the transaction from you and from the person that you're trading against. You see? So because it's an exchange, they're not concerned at all about whether you win or lose. They could care less. The more transactions that people make on the platform, the more money they're going to make. And that's how it's supposed to be. They're getting paid for allowing you to have access to the exchange. When you're on the exchange trading, you're trading against other people on the exchange who are also trading, who have either the same ideas as you or have opposite ideas as you. So the people that you're trading against are the people that are, I'm not going to say betting on, but the people that are taking the opposite side of whatever your trade is designed to do. Like if you're buying, your anticipation is that the market is going to end above a certain price level. They're going to be doing the opposite, whoever you're trading against, and they're going to take the opposite side of that transaction. So they're anticipating that the market is going to end below that same price level. That's what makes the transaction. One of you is going to win, one of you is going to lose. It's as simple as that. So it's not complicated. And of course, laws are made to try to govern the companies themselves that are doing business, because a lot of the laws are designed to try to help the retail trader. A lot of them aren't, but at the same time, many of them are, to try to prevent so much scamming from going on with these companies that come and go. So I understand that question. And I mean, just like anything else, if you can't figure out how to do something one way, you figure out how to do something another way. So my plan B is simply, you know, if I'm not able to trade for whatever reason, I'm going to figure out another way to do something skill wise on my own, independent of anyone else, that I know that I can capitalize on and make money off of without the need to rely on anyone else outside of myself. That's my plan B. So, you know, to think in terms of, oh man, you know, I don't know if we're always going to be able to trade. Well, for one, as long as there's a market, there's going to be an opportunity to trade, because there's so much money to be made from fees. You got to understand, like, companies that come and build platforms where people transact, they make a lot of money. What do you think a bank is? A bank is a platform. They're there to allow you to leave your money on deposit, right? They insure your money through the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. And what they do is take your money and they invest it in things. They invest it. In turn, they earn interest or earn an ROI on whatever their investments are off of your money. So this is their leverage. They're using your money, leveraging it to create an ROI on an investment. And there's so many different types of investments that banks get involved with, from real estate to cars. It's all type of stuff. They give out car loans, home, mortgages, right? And they charge interest on those loans. That's how they earn. But how much do they pay you for having your money on deposit in the bank? You see the point that I'm making? So the leverage, the margin that they make is enormous. And usually banks go out of business because they over leverage themselves. And very, very rare will a bank go out of business. The whole bubble, the real estate bubble that, shut down a lot of big financial investment firms, and, that whole thing that went on in 2008, that was as a result of over leveraging and all of these new types of contracts and investment securities that were created. No one knew what anything was, but people were buying and investing in them. They were being promoted by people and everything. Even Standard & Poor's were backing up these instruments, giving them A+ ratings. No one knew what anything was. No one knew who was owning, like real estate investment contracts, stuff like that. Real estate investment trusts. All of these different things that were there. Ultimately, nobody even knows who owns these properties. Like, no one knows anything. And this was all going on with paperwork, and you see what I'm saying? So this was allegedly legitimate transactions and instruments that were being traded and people were putting money into. And when the whole thing bursted, no one knew what anything was. You see the point that I'm making? So if you possess a skill, you can always use your skill to figure out a way to capitalize using whatever is available at the time. So God forbid if anything would have happened to NADEX, for example, another platform, you would have to, find one that works, find one where you can capitalize using your abilities and your skills in the market. And once you find one, you just take it from there. I'm not a mind reader. I'm not a psychic. I don't know what anything is going to be in the future. I'm responding and reacting to the current right now. That's all we have. But I do know that when it comes to the market and understanding behavior and stuff like that and how the market moves, I'm nice. I know what the hell I'm looking at. When it comes to that, I know what's going on. So I'm always going to figure out a way to make money using whatever instruments are available to trade at the time. And the markets aren't going anywhere. So there will be instruments for us to trade, period. Doesn't matter what it is. If it's Forex, fine. That's what it is. If it's the stock market, figure that out too. Any market, we'll figure it out. So that's why I'm not worried about nothing. I ain't worried about nothing. That's why, like when people talk to me, they realize like, oh, wow, I kind of thought this guy just knew about NADEX. No, I know about the market. 26 years. Been around all of this shit. So it comes as no surprise as to my knowledge base, because I've been exposed to and seen so much. And I can also see the trends of what is coming and what's going to lead the way. Like, I believe that the business model that NADEX is using, that's the new business model. That's it. So even if something would have happened to NADEX, another company is going to come along and figure out, oh, that's the platform right there that actually worked. You see what I'm saying? But I don't even believe that NADEX is going anywhere. They have a great business model. Their marketing is exposing and getting more and more awareness for not only their brand, but just the opportunity for people to trade. Very simply, it's a low cost as far as getting started. $250, you can open up an account as a retail trader. Not 25,000, 250. You see the point that I'm making? So this means that people can be introduced utilizing this platform to the markets. Get some information, get some education, learn about the markets, use the NADEX platform to trade. That's the format. That's the blueprint. And TeamAlliance is the blueprint for that. Because we're going to teach you how to understand the market itself. That's what you're going to learn. Not just NADEX and what you can do on that platform, but what you can do in the market itself and how to use NADEX as your leverage to capitalize on your understanding of the market itself. And when I say the market, I mean any market. Anything that moves, anything that has a price that moves, we'll figure it out. So hopefully this video was valuable. Jason, I definitely appreciate the question, my man. And you guys have been, presenting some very good Ask Mark Anything questions as of late. My goal was to create 100 educational videos. So I think I'm up to like 97 or 98. So I only got like another 2 or 3 before I reach 100. And, that goal will be completed. So that was my goal, to create 100 educational videos. It was one of the reasons why I slowed down with the 1-a-day challenge, because I wanted to take my time and really just put out some real valuable information that you guys can use to raise your awareness and your understanding of what is possible when it comes to these markets. Not just NADEX, but the markets itself, the market, how to actually understand what is happening in the market and how to dismiss and debunk all of the myths and all of the misunderstanding that's out there. Like, people think that a financial crisis will stop you from trading. No. A market crash ain't gonna stop us from trading. If anything, it might create even more opportunities. Who knows? The market might, shift into behaviors that are more conducive to what we're looking for. Oh, Mark, well, what if the market crashes? What if it crashes? What about it? Our opportunities extend year round. That's another question. I think I already did something talking about the seasons. I think I did an educational video talking about that, or somebody had an Ask Mark Anything question or something, talking about what's the best season of the year to trade? The whole year. Because as long as the market is open, if the market positions itself as far as behavior and environment to present us with opportunities utilizing the NADEX platform, we got it. Is that going to happen? Yeah, it happens all the time. That happens all year. It's not going to stop just because the summertime came. It ain't going to stop just because the wintertime came. You think it's going to stop because Thanksgiving and Christmas came? No. So we here to stay, man. We're here to stay. And, mark my word, we will always figure out how to utilize whatever's available at the time. Always. And it's so much easier now for me to do it because I'm in this zone now. I'm in the financial market zone right now. Just like people are talking about crypto and all of this other. I don't need to do crypto. I don't need to do that. To me, right now, what we have is the best thing that is available. If you're a regular, ordinary person looking to build your wealth and create the ability to generate your own income, we got it. TeamAlliance all day. That's it. So again, hopefully you guys enjoyed this content. I definitely always appreciate your questions and your engagement, without a doubt. You guys are engaging and asking questions and, really taking advantage of the education that I'm able to provide through these videos. So the educational content, the video series, the link for that you should see underneath this video in the description box. If you're looking to training is $35 a month. Fastest way to reach me is on Facebook, but you can also send me a text message at 914-979-2317. But the fastest way is on Facebook. Send me a friend request. Let me know that you want to get into training with me, and I will get you set up ASAP. All right. Aside from that, the 1-a-day challenge playlist and those videos are all over the YouTube channel. The link for the playlist, I believe, is underneath the video as well. And aside from that, I'll see some of you in training soon. Everyone else, continue to enjoy the educational content. If you have an Ask Mark Anything question, feel free to post a reply underneath the video or any of the videos. Just post what your question is, and I'll be more than glad to make a video addressing your question. All right. Mark Fuller signing off. New York City. Hope you all had a great Christmas, a great holiday season in general. So, we got New Year's coming up next week. 2019. Don't make no New Year's resolutions. Just start moving right now. Now, if you're watching this video, as soon as you get off this video, start moving. Don't wait until 2019, New Year's, my resolution. All of that is bullshit. It's what you do now. Ain't no resolution. Do it now. All right, I'm out. Mark Fuller, TeamAlliance. Deuces. Y'all take care. Peace.